Hello my friends, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video, which is going to be a get ready with me using some newish makeup products. There's a few very new products that I've picked up and you've probably remembered these based on the last few videos, but the Makeup Forever HD foundation, the new Huda Beauty Easy Bake Cherry Blossom Cake shade, we're going to use that today, and then the Makeup by Mario Ultra Suede Lip cream, what is this called? The cream lipstick in pinky brown, and then a couple of maybe not so new or newer products, but not like yesterday new. So the Good Apple concealer, the Faced Too Femme palette, and then I think we're gonna go back and reuse the Rare Beauty cream stick bronzer because I haven't used this in a minute. So if you're interested in just kind of sitting down, using some newer makeup products with me, pulling out your own products and just getting ready together, then just keep on watching.
All right, so I'm going to start off with something that's actually not new. It's the Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer, but this has just become a tried and true for me. This is something I use on the daily, or at least anytime I'm going to use eyeshadow. This has become my go-to eyeshadow primer. So if you've been on the fence about this one, just try it out. It just covers the lids beautifully, evens out the tone, and has the perfect level of tackiness to make those eyeshadows stick. So now I'm going to go into the Too Faced Too Femme eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to start off with You Give Me Butterflies. Now this one's not like a new palette as in it was released yesterday, but it's pretty recent. It's one of the newer palettes on the market. And so this has quickly become my go-to spring palette. It's been a long time since I've loved a palette this much for spring. And so the shades are super pigmented, easy to use, and you could tell, like I literally just went in super quick with that one. Going into the deepest shade called Free to Be Femme, I'm just using this as like my outer lid deepening up type shade. There's not a whole lot in the way of deep shade, so if you're looking to kind of do a smoky look, this is what you have to work with. But honestly, with a spring palette, I mean, that's just it. You're looking to do more fresh, lighter looking looks, if you will. So I just added a couple of layers of that just to kind of deepen it up, get it to where I wanted. All right, so next I'm going to go in with the shade Fiercely Femme. This was kind of one of those on the whim type of decisions, and I was hoping that the red tone in this would really stand out a little bit better just to kind of give the look a little bit more variety, just a little bit more interest, you know, detail, that kind of thing. But it's one of those things where trial and error, you do it and you're like, all right, that didn't work out the way I had planned, and this was exactly that case. But that's all right, no big deal. So I'm going to go in with a smaller, more detailed shader brush and that Matte Too Femme shade, which y'all know me. If you've been with my channel for a while now, you know that I am not the all-over lid matte type of girl. However, with this palette, it just works, and there's enough shades to where you can do like a little bit of an overlay to really make it pop and bring out some sort of metallic. So because of the pack-a-punch pink that this shade offers, I really did want to use it. I did apply 2 or 3 layers. Ironically, the day that I pulled everything out to do this look, Juicy Jazz posted a get ready with me using this exact same palette. So I definitely wanted to steer away from that turquoise shade. All right, so going in with the shade Heart On, this is more of like a sparkly topper type of shade, but you guys know me, I'm not a topper kind of girl unless it can kind of serve 2 purposes, be a topper and stand on its own. And these are the type of topper sparkly shades that do stand on their own. You can use it alone and it will still make such an impact. They're sparkly, they're beautiful, they're just so elegant. Again, there's something about the shades in this palette that I really love. And then going back with that detailer brush, for which I use that Too Femme shade, just kind of like mixing it all together. So I'm going in with a brown liner just because I felt like black would be a little bit harsh to use with this look, especially with that brown tone I used on the outer portion of the lid, and just kind of adding a little bit of a wing. But I've gotten to where I don't take my liner all the way to the inner portion of my lid. I literally do a wing, and just like a lot of other influencers, and I've been doing this for a long time, but I know quite a few people have done it before me. And sometimes as I'm watching other people's videos, I'm reminded how much I like just taking it about a quarter of the way up the lid, maybe almost slightly like halfway, but not on the entire lid. It just, for me, I feel like it suits my eye shape better. And then just using a CoverGirl mascara, nothing super exciting here, nothing new. I'm just adding some mascara so that I can go in with lashes. The times that I'm going to go in with lashes, I don't bother using my Good Bite Beauty mascara because I don't want to waste it if it's going to be hidden anyways. So literally just basic mascara to coat the lashes. So let's move into complexion. I'm going to go in with the newest Makeup Forever HD foundation. This is in the shade 1N14. And listen, I know that some of y'all are probably cringing at the way I put this on because of the hygiene purposes, but this, ever since the Huda Glowish and she gave the tip on how to use that, I have been applying that same method, and honestly, this just works for me. I like that I don't have to get it on the back of my hand. I like that I don't have to kind of dip in with my brush. It's literally placed on my face and good to go. So I'm using a Tarte Rainforest of the Sea brush. This is one of my favorite foundation brushes. I don't use it too often anymore, but literally it's all I had that was clean. And I'm just blending this out. This foundation, you guys, has just blown my mind because I am not a huge fan of Makeup Forever foundations. This is the first time, I think, in the history of Makeup Forever that I have been just so floored by one of their foundations. I will be using this one for a very long time. I love it. It just gives my skin such an airbrush look. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't look cakey, and that for me is big. The biggest thing is I don't want it to look cakey and crusty, and I don't need a heavy duty foundation. Up to medium coverage is perfect for me. So anything that looks more than that is just a little much, and this is just absolutely perfect. And honestly, their shades in the past to me have run very yellow, and this one's actually, I think, more neutral tone to where it suits my skin tone so much better. And there's nothing like getting hair in your face when you're applying foundation. So if you've been on the fence, if you've got kind of normal to semi-dryer skin, I don't have dry, but I've got normal with borderline dry, it's just perfect. So glad I took a chance and went on the beauty of the bottle and love the product inside. So gonna go in with some KVD Beauty Good Apple foundation or concealer, sorry. I will put the shade in the description box. It's a light medium shade, and I think it's the actual name is medium. And so you kind of have to look at the description to know that it's light medium. So I have recently gotten on this bandwagon of putting concealer on this way instead of just strictly like right under that inner portion of my under eye. And I love it so much more. I don't know why I didn't start doing this before. But this concealer is also one of my absolute recent favorites. It is so good. I feel like a ton of people are loving it, but I have seen a few people who actually just very much dislike it. For me, it doesn't make my under eyes look crepey. It's just smooth. I don't have all the little wrinkles, which I do have tons of little wrinkles under my eyes, but it doesn't seem to accentuate them. And it doesn't make my under eyes look dry, which is also a very big thing that I tend to experience. And so this for me was a total win because concealers are very hit or miss on whether I'm going to love them or not. So let's go into the newest powder by Huda Beauty. This is the Cherry Blossom Cake Powder, which is the pink toned. And I feel like people got the wrong idea on my last video in my review because people are like, well, maybe you need to bake with it. Maybe you need to do this. And here's the thing, don't get me wrong. The powder is beautiful. I love the powder. It just doesn't do any other brightening other than aside from my pound cake powder is what I'm saying. So it is a stunning powder. All I'm telling you is that it looks the same as what my pound cake. I don't bake because my skin doesn't seem to like to tolerate it. My skin will get incredibly dry and cakey looking if I bake. So that is the reason I'm not baking with this one. But as far as a powder, it is absolutely beautiful, and just like my pound cake, it makes my skin look flawless. So if you're intrigued by it and you love the powder itself, the original powder, then don't think twice. Go for it. It really is beautiful. And honestly, the color is beautiful to look at in the jar. All right, so now I'm going to go in with a brush because under my eyes and in like my chin area and between my brows, I love using that Beauty Blender powder puff. But on the rest of my face, obviously, I use a brush. Honestly, though, I love the look so much with that puff that I'm considering just like using a Beauty Blender with my powder from here on out. I don't know, we'll see. But now it's time to go in with another new but not so new product, and it is the Rare Beauty bronzer stick. I think mine is in the shade Happy Soul, but this it's either Happy Soul or Power Boost. I don't know. I'm looking at the bottom of the label, and it's one of the two. But we're just going in with a Real Techniques brush, and this bronzer is, I mean, listen. It's going to be hard to top this. This is probably, and I've told y'all this before, my favorite cream bronzer at this point ever. It's hard for her to come out with anything that's bad. So this is just so good. I love it. I look forward to Rare Beauty releases so very much. And now that we're going into the spring, I think this is going to be the absolute perfect formula to just not clog pores and to just be lightweight and yet give that bronzy look. All right, this is definitely not a new product, but I didn't have a new blush. This is the Burt's Bees blush in the shade Shy Pink. And as I drop it, I love this blush so much. I've told y'all in the past I need to buy a couple others, but I keep forgetting every time I'm at the grocery store. But y'all, you have known me, if you've been with my channel for a long time, you know me, and you know I am a highlighter type of girl, beaming to the moon and back, and I've actually really enjoyed a non-highlighted look here recently, so you're not going to see any added highlighter in this video. This blush just does it for me. It's a one and done, no highlight needed. It looks absolutely stunning. I look like porcelain, but obviously if you go in with too much like I just did, then you just got to blend a little more. Lastly, my friends, we're going to go in with the Makeup by Mario Ultra Suede Lippy. This is in the shade Pinky Brown. These are beautiful. I know they've gotten kind of mixed reviews. For me, they give my lips a very airbrushed, pillowy look and last quite a while. I love these lip products very, very much. So this is going to be the final product we use, and then here shortly you will see the final look. Thanks for stopping by, friends.
Alrighty, my friends, that brings us to the end of today's Get Ready With Me. Thank you so much for stopping by, spending some time with me, using some new makeup together. I hope it inspires you to pull whatever you have in your collection out and just put it to use. So that being said, before I let you go, just a couple of really quick things. Please give this video a thumbs up as it really helps out the channel. If you are new here, I would love for you to stick around and hit that subscribe button. Before I let you go, I just want to give you a very quick verse of the day to encourage you in these very challenging times, and it comes from Psalm 27:14. It says, "Wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart, and wait for the Lord." Alrighty, my friends, it is my prayer that if you are going through challenging times, that you would call on the Lord, that if you don't already know him as your Lord and Savior, that you would invite him into your heart and allow him to become your Savior and your very best friend. Alrighty, friends, thanks again for stopping by, and I will see you in the next video. So until then, stay safe and stay well. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.